After the utter boondoggle that was last week, I've decided to try giving birds a chance. Since dogs didn't work out, I acquired this lovely fellow. Hopefully he will behave himself. Don't! Not the eyes! Not the... Hot! I don't think I'm cut out for pets. Friday! Fanmail. Q&A. Lovely. Oricon was awesome. I highly recommend if you're anywhere near the area, go to it next year. The Nerf War turned out to be quite good. Ran for 5 hours. Had plenty of people come and go and come back, and loads of fun was had. Titan Ball, HVZ, capture the flag. Good times. Hopefully there will be more cons that I end up going to and running Nerf Wars at. I'm talking to some folk about that, and that would be loads of fun. And we're hoping to do a Nerf modding workshop, possibly next year, actually having an area set up where people can come and learn how to mod and possibly actually teach a class in addition to just general knowledge spreading. So that could be a lot of fun. For those of you who aren't aware, I have finally started to get the hang of the thing called Instagram. And so far what I've basically been using it for is Goodwill stuff. So rather than doing the whole 10 Goodwill day-long run where I buy way more than I should and need, since there are Goodwills all over the place, any of the places that I go to, if I go to buy groceries, there's a Goodwill 3 blocks away. If I go to check my P.O. box, there's a Goodwill 2 blocks away. If I go to the hardware store, there's a Goodwill 3 blocks away. So I go in while I'm there, and previously those just got kind of, never shown. But then I discovered Instagram, and so that's why those of you who follow my Instagram, which is captain.xavier.nerf, I post just the insides when I'm in there, show off what I have, and vaguely give you an idea of which of things I'm going to acquire. So planning to keep doing that. If you just love watching my Goodwill runs, that's where they're happening now. So yeah. And merch. Found the merch. For those of you who aren't aware, there are now X-Strike t-shirts. They got the symbol on the front, symbol on each sleeve, so that you can see them when you're wearing a vest. They're available at outofdarts.com. And it goes towards supporting my endeavors to eventually acquire my own place with a makerspace and all of that jazz. So, yes. Hopefully we'll eventually have patches. Still working on getting patches made. That's been going on for almost a year now and still hasn't quite happened, but hopefully soon. I've seen the prototypes. I know they exist. Looking into other possible things. I would love to get bandanas, and I would love to get stickers for sure. Those would be the ones that I think would be the most useful. I mean, I want patches. There is also, I've been talking with my Sergeant Major about expanding the crew's auxiliary. And so we're working on having, a heraldry for that, a symbol specifically for that. So anybody, anywhere who wants to become a member of the auxiliary can acquire the patch or create a patch for that. And then if you're ever at an event that I'm at, you can introduce yourself as a member of the auxiliary, which will be cool. More on that once we've worked out the details, but it could be fun. And, yeah, that's all the news. Let's get to the questions. That's what we really want. Questions. Voidwalker. Captain, do you own any real steel guns? Yes. Yes, I do. The Gaming Tom. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, naturally, a woodchuck would chuck all the wood a woodchuck could if a woodchuck would chuck wood. Very simple. Darth Jawa 13. Do you have a preferred tool brand? Also, what is your opinion on buying items at stores like Harbor Freight? I generally favor, for the big tools, Craftsman. I think all of my major power tools, yep, all my major power tools are Craftsman. For the smaller tools, I've more and more been leaning towards Husky, because that's what they sell at Home Depot, and they seem to be good quality. For things like Harbor Freight, if you're looking for cheap tools, yeah, Harbor Freight's perfectly good, but you're gonna get cheap tools, which generally don't last, so I wouldn't recommend things like your big expenses, your power tools and stuff like that. More like things like screwdrivers, or even electric screwdrivers. That is actually where I got mine, because I don't expect it to last long, because it's a cordless screwdriver. The battery is going to wear out before the motor does, and it just won't take a charge anymore. And so even the really good ones, that's going to happen. The batteries just eventually wear out, and so unless it has replaceable batteries, yeah. So there's nothing wrong with it, but you are going to get what you pay for. That's just the nature of things, especially tools. If you really want it to last, get something that's a major brand that has a lifetime warranty and has a name to protect, as opposed to generic Mick Generickson's belt sander at Harbor Freight. But I've bought tools there just because I needed really cheap tools, and I knew they were going to wear out, and I didn't care. Sepron Indevarn and Lord Angelus both asked very similar questions. How would you recommend going about forming a crew like the Knights, and how would one go about forming their own Nerf squad for HVZ and PvP? And these are complex enough questions. I think I will actually cover them in their own video at some point. Probably the next Captain's Commentary is already covered, so possibly the one after that, so January's Captain's Commentaries, I will cover squad creation, formation, organization, that sort of thing. Because that will tie in very much to the auxiliary. Because if you're going to form auxiliary, it'll be more useful to be a squad of auxiliary somewhere. So I will cover all of that, and hopefully by then we'll have worked out the details on how we're going to try to run that. Because at this point, I'm eventually going to have auxiliary on pretty much every continent, which would be cool. My private army is spreading. Anyway, yeah, I'll get to those in a video. Kid Fury. What Nerf blaster you don't have do you want, and what do you want to add to your Lego castle? There really aren't many Nerf blasters that I don't have anymore. I did finally get an Infamous, a Scavenger. Yes, Scavenger. I know I called it Scavenger in the video, and 1,000 people commented about it. The Scavenger is one I would actually kind of like to get my hands on, which I'm sure I will eventually. It'll show up at Goodwill someday. Other than that, I've got pretty much everything covered these days. And as for my Lego castle, it originally was going to be at least 2 feet longer, and there was going to be a forest full of elves and a castle full of dwarves, or a mountain full of dwarves. And I would like to do that. I would love to make the table a little bit wider and a little bit longer, but I need a larger place, which is another one of the reasons I want to get my own place. I obviously want the big shop to do the makerspace, but I also want a place with at least one large room to be the Lego room. Ideally like a full basement or something, so a really big room that I can really spread out in and expand the pirate table. That's the one I really want to expand, because I want to eventually have 4 different factions all with their naval powers duking it out over a bunch of islands, and the islands have islanders and all of that. But that would need to be like at least a 6 foot by 6 foot or 8 foot by 8 foot table, and that's a lot of room. So, yeah. J Forge UK. Can you come over to the UK to play in a football stadium and come to a convention like End War? Currently, no, because my passport is expired, but if I were to get my passport renewed, there would be nothing preventing me other than the cost. So if somebody wants to fly me to the UK to attend an event, I would love to. Dustin Bergen. Have you ever been tagged out by a blaster that you built or helped build? Yes, many times. Ryan Smith. Favorite master key, and what do you think of a rapid fire 20 master key? Favorite? Probably the Magnus, just because it fires mega, and more and more groups and more games are having things that can only be killed or stunned by mega. Shields and super zombies and stuff like that. It served me well at Ragnar Oktoberfest. I had my Strifle with the master key, and yeah, I fought things that could only be taken out by mega, and I had mega, so it worked out well for me. A rapid fire 20, that is a big blaster. That would make for a very, very awkward master key. If you could either minimize it somehow, or if you just put it on a ridiculously big blaster like a Nemesis or something. But at that point, what functionality is it giving you? That's my big issue with a lot of things that people do as master keys is I believe the master key should provide a functionality that the main blaster doesn't have. So firing more than one dart at a time, or firing larger rounds, or firing rockets, or something along those lines. So I'm not sure what you would put a fully automatic air pump revolver on that it would add functionality to. A Titan, maybe. But, I mean, with the right build, it could look really cool. But yeah, go for it if you want to. Mad Hatter, have you ever tried a beta root beer? And either way, would you like some? I have not, and I absolutely would love some. Ha-ha! Ha! Not a good hit, but I get you. Nathan Talesian, in your thrifting videos, when you come out of a store without finding anything at all, you often say, nothing, not so much as a sausage. If you did, in fact, find a sausage at a thrift store, would you have the courage and or madness to actually eat said sausage? Obviously, sausages found at Goodwill outlets are excluded. That wouldn't be courage or madness. That would be a death wish. It would depend on the nature of the sausage. If it was just a random sausage left in an aisle, no. If Goodwill started carrying food, maybe? If a Goodwill was having a barbecue of some kind for like Veterans Day or Memorial Day, sure, I'd eat a Goodwill sausage. Nerfer99, what is your favorite ammo type? I could expound on this for hours probably, but I'm going to go with the easy answer and just say AccuFakes. I'm not Undead Gaming. Which do you prefer? Classic Nerf or Modern Nerf? And which is your favorite from both? I prefer Modern Nerf just because full auto magazine fed blasters and hopper fed rival blasters are cool. My favorite is still the Stampede for lots of reasons. Not because it's the best blaster, but because I just really like the engineering and the recoil and the form and all of that. Because it was one of my earliest ones, it's very nostalgic to me. I don't know that I have a favorite, like, vintage. There's so many neat ones. But I don't think I have a favorite. Sidewinder Llama. If you could handpick a squad of 6 other Nerf YouTubers and yourself to form an elite zombie hunting squad, who would it be and why? Also, what Nerf loadouts would you want them to use? I have a feeling I know what answers you're looking for and what kind of answer you're expecting, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to disappoint you because I don't think I could pick 6 Nerf YouTubers that I would be willing to be in a squad with, much less want to be in a squad with. And it's mostly because if I'm going to be in a squad for something like elite zombie hunting, an actual elite squad for HVZ, I'm going to want to know them. I'm going to want to have trained with them. I'm going to want to have actually worked with them and fought with them so that I know that I can trust them, that I know what their skill set actually is, that I know what I can rely on them for and what I can't rely on them for. I want to know if I give an order, will it be followed? If I give an order, will they even understand it? Do they know how to cover their sector? Do they know how to cover my back? Do they know to let me cover their back? And that's just not something I'm going to get from strangers on YouTube. So, like I said, I know what you're asking, but you're not going to get it. If I were to assemble my ideal elite zombie hunting squad, it would be myself, Lieutenant Wolfric, Sergeant Major Kyle, Sergeant Lance, Corporal Ulrich, Quartermaster Astrid, known to you as Seamstress at Arms, and probably Out of Darts, just so I could have dual proton packs as well. Those are all people that I have seen in action and that I know. I trained with them. I trained some of them myself. That is what I would want for an elite zombie hunting squad, not flashy mods or big personalities. I want people that I know what they're doing, that are trained. And specifically that have trained with me so that we know the right hand signals and commands and orders and formation and have the trust and all of that. So, yeah. And then Out of Darts because firepower. And because I have met him, I do know him. We haven't ever, I don't think we've ever fought really side by side. We fought against each other at Ragnar Oktoberfest. But just the sheer amount of firepower that he could bring to it. As far as the other ones, I trust them to choose their own loadouts. I know they have good blasters and they know how to use them and they know what they're good with. So, yeah. Sorry. I know it's not what you were hoping for, but it's what you're going to get. Orfeo Semele. Roses are red, violets are blue. The captain loves root beer and gummies to chew. There's not actually a question. I just really wanted to read that on camera. Barbro Studios Customs. What Hogwarts house are you? I am a Slytherin, and nobody should be surprised by that. Hippos for life! Do you have any advice for people that have just started Nerf thrifting? Yeah, don't go crazy. Don't buy everything. Actually work out what you're planning to do. If you're starting, a Nerf club, then yeah, you might want to buy pretty much everything just so you have loaner blasters. If you're getting into modding, there are ones that are good for modding, and there are ones that just aren't worth the effort. At that point, Mavericks just are a waste. But oddly enough, Tech 6s are valuable because their springs are fairly powerful and can be put into most Nerf magazine-fed blasters and give it an upgrade. Deploys are an absolute goldmine for parts like catch springs and main springs and shell and all sorts of other things. Air blasters, it's often not a great idea to pick them up because they're usually there because they started to leak, but if you can test it in the store and make sure that it holds air, fair enough. Anything hammer primed, go ahead and grab it. Anything Nerf flywheel mag fed, you can grab those. But again, grab what you need. Don't grab everything. When I do my Goodwill ones, even when I did the big ones, at most I bought a quarter of what was in any one store, usually. And because there are other people. And I don't want to take everything and leave them with nothing, plus I was running out of room anyway. So that's why I've cut down on it now. I've got everything I need for the conceivable future to run events, to mod whatever I need. And so I just go in for one, just because I like thrifting. I find it relaxing and soothing. And as retail therapy goes, it's the cheap way to go. But have an idea of what you're actually looking for and get what you need. Never pay more than $9 for any Nerf blaster, unless it's something like, a Prometheus. Yeah, that's my advice. Royal Skull Gaming. What are your thoughts on armor made out of magazines? Like you said, ammo mule, but much heavier ammo mule. I think it would be cumbersome and awkward and loud, but I like the idea of somebody who is so completely covered in magazines that people can just come up and pull off of him like he's a magazine dispenser. That's kind of a neat idea. I'm not sure how exactly you would build that. And like I said, it would be very cumbersome and awkward for them to move around, but I find the idea hilarious and awesome. Mark DeFord. How does hire you and your mercenaries? How does hire you? Pretty sure you're asking how does one hire you. You contact me. And if it's a job that we can do and that we're willing to do, then we discuss price. If you're asking us to come to Germany and fight in a LARP for you, that's going to be a little out of our way. Now, if you want to pay transportation to get us there, I could probably drum up a few that would be interested. If it's a national event, we really don't do as much of that as we used to. We used to do a lot more medieval recreation stuff, but again, it would have needed to have been in the Pacific Northwest. But I've been hired to do all sorts of random jobs at various places, and we are also a private security company, though we're based in mostly Moscow, Idaho, so if you're too much out of that, then we're not going to be much use to you. You contact me, and we talk. And finally, Jacob John Faxholt. Thoughts on the rival Overwatch blasters? They look neat. Other than that, I know nothing about them. I've seen pictures of the internals that don't really tell me much. There's a couple where you're going, well, that could have been much cooler than it is. How sad. But I also understand that they're not for us. They're for the Overwatch crowd and the folks that are in between. They're going to be great for people's cosplay. That's going to be awesome. But they didn't design them with, competitive play in mind. And that seems very clear because there's a lot of things about them where you're going, well, that would have been better if it was pump action, and that would have been better if it was hammer primed, and, well, that one looks fine. It's a single shot blaster. What are you going to do with that? They're intended for the gimmick of it, the shape of it, and some of them look really cool. And there's a couple that are like, I'm going to get one of those just because I really like the look of it, not because I think it's going to replace something in my loadout, because there's very little that's going to replace anything in my loadout at this point. But yeah, I think they look neat. I think it's a neat idea. I'm also looking forward to seeing what other Fortnite ones they come out with, even though I know absolutely nothing about either game. I like fancy cosmetic shells, so let's wait and see. I will let you know what I think of them when I actually get my hands on one and try to shove a K26 in them. Ha ha ha! Gotcha. All right. I actually have a fair number of packages today. Looking forward to it. Let's see what I got. Right, well, naturally we will start with the one letter. By the way, if you're wanting me to give your channel a shout-out, if you've started your own little Nerf channel and would like a shout-out, send me a physical letter and talk about your channel and what you're planning to do with it and what it's called and all of that, and I will read it out in a video, and that is how you get a shout-out. Just asking for it in the comments, it's just going to get, oddly enough, most of those get blocked by YouTube as being spam, so yeah. Anyway, we have a letter here from Thomas DeZino. Hi, Captain. I was wondering what you think about the Boomco Car 98K, and if I ever find enough time to make one, would you like me to send you one? I think that would actually be really neat. I have absolutely no idea what a Car 98K looks like, or what it even is, because I'm not a big gun enthusiast, but I assume that it's something popular in some manner of video game at the moment. And yeah, if you managed to get one working, that would actually be really cool. See, I think you could actually make a functioning Boomco, like an M1 Garand or whatnot, because it actually takes a clip that you slide down in the top, like the Boomco blasters are, and you could actually have it come up like it's kind of supposed to, and that might actually not look ridiculous, where they usually have it side-fed, and it's kind of, not so much. If it was a vertical slide, I think it would look less goofy, and yeah, if you make one, definitely, at the very least, send me pictures of it so I can show it in a featured fan build, because that would be pretty cool. Very cool. All right, Thomas, well, good luck with that, and thank you for the letter. All right, let's open some packages. I'm going to start with these, because I'm pretty sure they are stuff for review. I would be opening them with my Ridge knife, but somebody stole my Ridge knife. Somebody came into my shop and stole my Ridge knife and my Ridge wallet. They didn't steal anything else. Not my cordless drills, not my copious amounts of tools. They didn't steal tier, they didn't steal ire, they didn't steal my shop laptop. As far as I've been able to ascertain, the only two things that went missing were my Ridge knife and the Ridge wallet right off my workbench. Absolutely baffling. I despise people. Alright, anyway, I'm pretty sure these are review items. And I'm just going to take a quick look at them, and then I will end up doing a full video on them. Sure enough, another concealed carry holster, as well as, whoa, gun holster for bed. Huh. Well, yeah, they're both from the same company that sent me the leg holster that I worked out could be put onto a stock and worked really nicely. They have sent me two more, so I will do a review on them probably this weekend while I'm doing other review videos, and that should be interesting. Incidentally, if you would like me to review a product for you, email address is captain.xavier.reviews. And I love free stuff, because I'm a shameless fan of free stuff. So, let's take a look at this one. No idea. A box! Just what I always wanted. Oh, this is more review stuff. Yeah. So this is another one of those bundles of... This comes with a vest and a bunch of other nifty stuff. And they asked me to review it, so I'm gonna... Oh. There are a couple of items in here that I am particularly excited about. Kind of. Hopefully that doesn't look like that at all. We'll see. Anyway, more stuff for review. We're looking forward to that holster. It's got another holster and a vest and stuff like that. Oh, right then. We have a package. From Anthony Salvaggio. That is a fabulous name. To Captain Xavier. Dear Captain Xavier, thank you once again for fixing my retaliator. The screw in question is the one at the top, hiding behind the slide. I have been a fan for over a year, and I absolutely love your content. Included in this box, the retaliator and a diagram showing which screw it is. May your nerfing be ever fun and your root beer be ever tasty. Sincerely, Luigi Salvaggio. If any problems occur, contact me. Absolutely. Say that is good. Contact information, because I'm going to lose the box. Diagram. Aha. Alright. Well, this will go on diagnostic and repair, which I'm hoping to get a bunch of those taken care of this weekend as well. Oh, I see. That's why it's worth the effort. It's a clear one. Oh, good lord. Yeah, you've stripped that beyond an inch of its life. We will see if I can get it out of there for you. I don't know what you've got in here, but it's... Alright, well, I'll have to contact him and take care of that. Lovely, lovely. What else we have? Aha! Let's take a look at this one. From Sean Burns. Oh, look, a note. For Captain Xavier, from a fan in Ohio. Sean, a fellow nerfer. Good work. For science! Slap! For science, indeed. A dart! Because it is traditional to send an dart. What do we have? We have all of the bubble wrap in all of the land. And a pair of stripes. This one has no guts in it whatsoever and is missing its jam door. Well. Ugh. That one's led a rough life. This one appears to be normal. I don't think I have this one yet. So that's cool. Most excellent. Well, when you see this, email me and remind me, because I seem to think I was supposed to do something with one of them, and I've completely forgotten. Bubble wrap for days. Let's take a look at this one from a Chris Chapman. Oh, it's a bunch of stuff. Good lord. Dear Captain Xavier, my son and I are big fans of your shows. We watched the Lego by the Book almost religiously. Hey, yeah, I didn't know anyone actually watched any of those. We're also fans of Can It Take a K26 and Nerf Science. I've communicated with you in the past through Messenger regarding my Skookdom shield and whether or not my forged foam swords would be allowed. I have a few things in the box. 1. A Dart Zone Quickfire 8. Yup. I don't think I've seen one of these before. I dig it! Well, that's number 3. 2, a Dart Zone Quickfire 12. I definitely hadn't seen one of these yet. Not the Dart Zone version. That has a very satisfying trigger pull. Both of these might be great for K26. 3 is my Blitzfire, which is modded with a Nightfinder spring. I'd like you to chrono it if possible. But lastly, probably seen first by you, is a Rebel crossbow that I upgraded with a heavier bungee cord. PITA to do. This is a gift to me! Oh wow, that is beefy. Oh ho ho! Where'd that dart go? Ah! I lost the dart! Oh, didn't like that dart. That is really beefy. I like it. Though I think if your Rebel X-Bow is stock, it would be interesting to see how this one stacks up against it. Yeah, that would be a good science episode, certainly. Enclosed is the standard bribe of Gummies for your enjoyment. I do request that 1, 2, and 3 find their way home. As time permits, I was wondering if you might have a barricade flywheel cage lying around. My son is autistic, and while he loves Nerf, lacks the coordination to be effective with mags, so I required a stockade for him and did a simple 9-volt mod to it, and I want to upgrade the motors, but they are the pancake variety, and I have motors and flywheels, but need an old barricade cage. I don't have a 3D printer, or I would have solved the problem. If not, that's just okay. Thought I would ask. I do, actually. I can indeed get you that. We have Caramel Gold Bears and Sours. Oh, very nice. Well, these two will definitely be K26. This one I will put through the chronograph when I test these, and we can see how they all stack up next to each other. These Dart Zone pistols are fabulous. Oh yeah, that has such a satisfying trigger pull too. And then this is just nifty. So yes, I will test these and get them back to you, and I will nom the gummies in your name. All right, what's next? We have something here from Honey Ridge Dragoncraft. A note. Hey Cap, I wanted to send my support. Watching your videos is one of the highlights of my week. I never expected to find the solution to my tinkering itch in playing with Nerf. Keep up the good work, and may your darts strike home with statistic improbability. I love that. Enclosed, some decorative mesh tube in your colors. Oh, now that is just cool on a level I don't even have words for. When I saw these, I thought it would be interesting to use them as wire shrouds, possibly to keep things better contained if you ever have pass wires outside of a blaster. IBC, single to go. These are at a local Aldi's, and though you might find them interesting. Bonus, if you dissolve the powder in some water, you can mix it in with about a liter of carbonated water and make some IBC at home. Well, I do have a carbonator now. At least one packet to a liter is about the ratio that I have found to be good. Well, good lord. Powdered root beer. The unholy combination of a Birdo ball blaster and a pink unicorn. I'm afeared. Or the silliest single shot blaster I have ever seen. It would be funny to see Brett run an award. Oh, Brett will be getting it for the running of award. Or as a suicide jolt option in an air blaster loadout. That would be fabulous. Lastly, a fluid art painting I commissioned from my sister who is trying to start her own business making resin art paintings. I also tossed in a few of her business cards if you deem the painting worthy of a plug. Hope the box makes it to you alright and finds you in good health. Well, it has, and it does. Those are absolutely cool. And I have all manner of thoughts for what I could do with those. If nothing else, I can just make dreadnoughts or dreadlocks for one of my helmets kind of thing. Packaged root beer. Well, that is fantastic. 30 sticks. That is cool. Nice. I did not know that was a thing. And... Yup. They also make a shark, apparently. But yes, the unicorn is better. Oh yeah, that'll get run on a war. By me, by Brett, by probably Walcom, everyone. That is awesome. Alright, let's take a look at the art. Someone sent me art. Okay, that is awesome. That is... wow. That is so amazingly cool. And it's got a peg for hanging it on a wall. That is so cool. This is getting plugged. What do we have here? Kimberly Rotondi, Etsy /shop/dragoncraftart. hrdragoncraft.wordpress.com. I will have the links to that in the description because that is just beautiful. It's so glossy and swirly, and that is so cool. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's one of the cooler things I've ever been sent. That is going on a wall. I'm not sure which wall or what wall, but that is going on a wall. And these, that will be, yes, good lord. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Alright, moving on. I'm all verklempt. We have a box from a Mitch Essinger. Who? I'm glad I did not cut through that. The Fabricator General and Magus Ordinatus Essinger have decreed that you may deploy the might of this bolter component kit. Tremble, foes of Captain Xavier, for the wrath of the Omnissiah is upon you. May your weapon be guarded against malfunction as your soul is warded from impurity. Remember what I said about cool stuff? Credits to others involved. Main trigger Ultrasonic 2. Grip heel Nerf Rocketeer. Bags! He sent me bags. And bags. And bags. And more bags. What I have been sent is a bolter kit for a Strife. And conveniently, I've just been given a Strife. So I'm going to put the very basics on here real quick so you can see what this madman hath wrought me. Okay, so there is the basics. Obviously, it's going to be getting a paint job. Oh, that is so flippin' cool. I actually have a different handle cap that I prefer. It's a little bit stouter, but that will find a place somewhere. Replacement rev trigger, but not the Bobo Lobo style one, and I actually really like this one. Extended catch. I may use this one, or I may go with the either the worker one or the Foam Blast one. Definitely gonna go with that trigger though. That's a pretty trigger. And oh, I know what's going in this. I have the new worker full auto kit, the one that has pusher arm return. That's what's going in this one. And then, last but not least, and these are again cool on something I don't know how to really truly describe. He has made my logo in embossed forms so that I can put them on whatever I want. If I could possibly, if you haven't already, if I could trouble you for the STLs for this particular shape, that would be cool, because that is something I could print and hand out at events or something along those lines, if you're okay with that. It also has the ones that look like they are wax seals of my symbol, which is something you see on the Warhammer stuff. It'll then have a strip of cloth with a prayer, which I will have to put together. We have the skull with the wing for left and right. These are going to be going on my gear, my armor. I will put one on Ire. I'll put one on Tyr. Oh, that is so cool. I have the coolest fans. Oh, man, that is just beautiful. And I love how it's a modular system. It uses the barrel attachment point. It uses the stock attachment point. It uses rail. It uses lower rail. It just... Yes! Everything about this is yes. That is so cool. Yes! Yes, sir. Yes. If you have an Etsy shop or somehow other people can get a hold of you if they want one of these, message me, email me, contact me, something. I will plug the heck out of your stuff when I do the full build on this, as well as in the description of this video if I can. Oh, that is so clean. Anyway, that is awesome. I love that. That is getting built. Oh, so much good stuff. So much good stuff. Magnus Ordinatus Ensinger, the Omnissiah is pleased with your offering, as am I. God, that is so cool. I have the coolest fans. The coolest fans. Okay, we have a package here from Germany. courtesy of Deutschpost. It apparently contains plastic toys used, pictures and a CD, and sweets. I've been sent stuff. The Germans send me the coolest stuff. We will see if they can hold up to the other absolutely amazing stuff that I've been sent so far today. I have little doubt that they will make a good showing. Oh, Captain, my captains. Greetings from all across the pond, from the humble likes of I. It is I, Rainbow, Irish Lord of Kerry, currently residing in southern Germany. I hope this letter and the package containing it reaches you well and intact. To spare you the challenge of trying to interpret my handwriting, I have often been told I should have become a doctor by all the scribbling I call writing. Yeah, I am well familiar with that. I choose to type and print it. First off, I'd like to express my dearest gratitude to you and your work. Thank you very much for being such a fantastic presence and strong pillar of the great community. Your work has inspired many, including my humble self, to try and do the same and push ourselves even further. Your creativity and ingenuity is a great addition to the hobby. I also very much like to listen to your tales and adventures. It makes me reminisce of old experiences and dreams of new ones. Your storytelling and question answering so often accompanies me in my workshop whilst I try to tackle the challenges of rebuilding plastic foam flinging devices. If you allow me to make this request, please don't stop creating this content because you, sir, are amazing! Personally, since I'm rather new to the hobby, I started in January of 2018, I've found lots of your content very helpful. Especially the lipo videos. So thank you again for that. Now onwards to the package! In this box, you should be able to find the following items, not necessarily in this order because items may have shifted during the flight. 1 green rifle-like blaster, 1 orange jolt, 1 spare hammershot barrel, spare internal parts, I believe from a crossbow, and darts, a second envelope containing pictures, a CD containing even more pictures, and an assortment of gummy bears. The big blaster itself was the main reason for this package. I stumbled across it at a very random shop and noticed that it's distinctly left-handed. I am sure you will put it to great use. May it be part in the testing or modding series of whatever you fancy. The orange jolt is obviously for your project we both are looking forward to. The spare parts need no explaining. The pictures in the second envelope and on the CD are in fact pictures of my best mods so far. I would be honored if you would add them to your Fanmail builds series. Speaking of which, I find a very funny coincidence that it was Fnunk who gave you the idea and made you start that series. He is in fact a friend of mine and we play Nerf Wars together. Anyway, I printed the pictures because I like things old school, but I have also included digital files for your convenience. Every blaster comes with its own little story and I hope you enjoy it. Knowing that you like gummy bears, I was obliged to send you the original Haribos from Germany. Fun side fact, I don't know if you knew about the name Haribo, stands for Hans Riegel Bonn. Hans Riegel Bonn was the founder of the company back in 1920, and Bonn being the city where he is raised. So I included a big pack of originals as well as some other gummy treats, which you can get over here and myself really enjoy. Especially the Happy Colas are a big childhood memory. I also include my current favorite gummies, which are called Lac Gummi. I love those and hope you enjoy them as well. As we now come to the end of the letter, I kindly ask for a little favor of yours. Could you please mention the link to my social media so people can find my work? My YouTube is YouTube/Rainbow Circus. And my rather new website is www.rainbowalex.com. People can also find me as Hugmaster Rainbow on Reddit and on Instagram. Hugmaster Rainbow. I like that. Thank you kindly for the shout out. I now wish you all the best and the future endeavors. Hope that we shall hear tales and stories of Captain Xavier for many years to come. I also wish you all the best with your projects and hopes the Makerspace happens sooner rather than later. If you ever find yourself traveling across the big waters to the mainland, be sure to have a friend over here to give you a place to rest your head, fight alongside you in battle, and show you some of my favorite archery courses in the Alps. There are archery courses in the Alps? That is awesome. Until we meet in the field, thank you for being you. Humble greetings and love and sunshine. Rainbow, Irish Lord of Kerry. RainbowAlex.com. Alright, well that is simply and utterly awesome. Let's see what we have in here. Second, open the letter first. So this must be the pictures. So those will get shown off in a feature fan build. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's the crossfire bow, hammershot cylinder, jolt, gummies, 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 and more gummies. More Haribo gummies. Lock gummy. Oh, those look delicious. I may have been sent those once before. More lock gummy. Nope. Definitely was sent something slightly different. A minifigure! Sweet! There's no mention of that. Happy Cola. Yep. Violent. Vangumi. Lovely. Oh, Lord knows what those are. I got nothing. Alright, we got some darts. It's never too late to be who you might have been. Rainbow Alex. Pretty cool. Darts, and then the blaster. Superpower. Huh. Pliancy bullet gun. Well, it's very similar to other bolt action ones, but the bolt is much lower. Interesting. What do I know? Oh, you actually have to have it down, or it has a trigger lock. Interesting. Yeah, I mentioned that having a bolt action like this is somewhat left-hand friendly. Real ones aren't because they're so heavy. And so you're bracing it with your left hand, and then you can prime it with your right hand without having to adjust everything. Whereas when you're left-handed, in order to do that, you have to reach over the gun to be able to do it, and it's a bit of a pain. But with these, they're so light, you can do that just supporting it with your left hand on the trigger, and then you never actually have to take your hand off the trigger. So, yeah, I like that. I'll definitely have to pop it open and see what if the internals are different. It looks like it's unlike the other ones where the plunger is actually up here and it's indirect and there's air. This one looks like it's in line. So that's interesting. You can see the spring in there. Oh yeah, that'll be neat to pop open and take a look at. Never seen one quite like that before. Alright, we have one last package, and this one I saved for last because I have a vague idea of what's in it, and it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to, yeah. I've mentioned I have the coolest fans. Well, I do. Alright, this comes to me from the Raleigh Youth Nerf Club. They contacted me, and they've sent me some stuff. From the Raleigh Youth Nerf Club. Dear Captain Xavier, the kids here in our club would like to thank you, first off, for having such an awesome personality. Secondly, for making such entertaining videos. You have inspired these kids to great levels. They try their hands at modding on a regular basis, only the Springer side of things. Maybe someday they'll move on to flywheels and rewires. Keep putting out the videos and keep being yourself to show their gratitude. This box contains an autographed Gear Up Maverick, still in the box, and 6 orange-flavored jolts to help your project. Thanks again, Raleigh Nerf Club. Nerfing for Autism, fundraiser, eBay, Raleigh Youth Nerf Club. So they are doing a fundraiser for, and having a war for autism, which is something that's very close to me because one of my siblings was diagnosed as autistic. And so, yeah, This was originally going to be a fundraiser for them, but they decided they wanted to send it to me, so I will be sending stuff to them to auction instead. Raleigh Youth Nerf Club. That is getting framed and going on a wall somewhere. More jolts for my all-jolt loadout. I think I finally have enough. I need to start printing holsters like there's no tomorrow. But this... This is just cool. It's a Gear Up Maverick, my colors, in box. They've signed the box. I did not know that it came with one random Vortex disc. That's weird. Queen City Nerf Club, Raleigh Nerf Club, Carolina Dart Coliseum, YouTube Blaster Foam, Nick Long, Jason Garrett, and then a lot of initials. That is so cool. I actually have several of these, but I never thought I would see one in the box. That is amazing. That is so cool. Yes, I will be sending stuff back your way to help with this, and I know someone else who might be able to send some stuff as well. I will talk to him about it. But I'll definitely put together a package of stuff that you can auction that will hopefully help out. I don't know how much it'll help out, but it's better than nothing, and it's definitely something I can say to give to show my appreciation for this, because that is so cool. Yep, this is going right next to my regular inbox Maverick that the gnome gave me for Christmas a few years ago. So that is really cool. Apparently the audio cut out on the previous outro for this, but I found the minifig, so I'm going to do that real quick. It's... Ooh. I have no idea who this is. Appears to be a woman. Party songs. And a record? Alright, is there an explanation? An explanation would be neat. There is no explanation. But who cares? This is a neat little figure. And if nothing else, I can definitely reuse that head as an elf in my castle. So that is super cool. Awesome. Love all things mini and Lego. All right, now thank you all so much for sending all this stuff. There is so much cool stuff here. I'm not even sure what to do. Got some stuff to follow up on, and that will be awesome. People that I can help definitely want to help the Raleigh Youth Nerf Club, because that's just awesome. And plugging all of the people who sent me cool stuff, who have shops and whatnot, and you should definitely go buy their stuff because it's awesome. And if you want to send me stuff, the mailing address is down in the description. All the various email addresses are down there for whatever you want to talk about. If you're looking for other ways to support the channel, I do still have a Patreon, and I do still have the GoFundMe going. I'm looking into the YouTube's member thing. I think it's YouTube members. I think that's what it's called. As a possibility, and trying to decide what sort of perks could come with that. Possibly just streams of me working in my shop. Who knows? Anyway, that's what's going on. Thank you all so much. Thank you for watching.